Hello everyone and welcome back to this YouTube channel. In our new video on Some Academy Math, we will be explaining the distributive law, the distributive property, something that we use a lot. Basically, the first time we start seeing this is grade 6, I would say. Then we learn it in grade 7, then we expand it even further in grade 9, grade 10, and so on. So, what is a distributive law? But actually, before that, there is something that I'd like us to revise. So, if we say, for example, 5 multiplied by 4, we all know that the answer is 10. Okay, that's not a problem. But if we say, for example, 3 multiplied by x, 3 multiplied by x is basically only 3x. So the way we multiply this is only to remove the sign between them. 3 multiplied by x is equal to 3x. Alright, what if we have now, for example, 2x multiplied by 5x? Okay, the way this works is a number by a number. So 2 multiplied by 5 is equal to 10. And then we multiply x by x, which is equal to x squared. Okay, I hope that this is clear to everyone. If not, I will remind you that this is to the power of 1 and this is to the power of 1. If we add the exponents, the answer is x to the power of 2. Excellent. What if we multiply, for example, 5a multiplied by 5b? All right, the way we multiply this is number by number. So 5 multiplied by 5, which is 25. And then we have a multiplied by b. A multiplied by b is basically ab. All right. What if we have, for example, 4a to the power of 2 multiplied by 2b to the power of 3a? Here, again, number by number, variable by variable. 4 multiplied by 2 will be equal to 8, right? A to the power of 2 multiplied by a, so we add 2 and 1, which is a to the power of 3. And then b to the power of 3, we just have to copy because there is no other b that we can multiply with. All right. So if that is clear now, let us revise a couple of other things. If we say, for example, 6x and then we multiply that by 1, then we all know that the answer will be 6x, right? But if we multiply 6x by 0, then we know that anything multiplied by 0 will give us 0. The last thing we are going to revise is collecting like terms. So if we say, for example, 5x and then we add 4 more x's to it, be careful, this is addition, not multiplication. So 5 x's and 4 more x's, this is equal to 9x. All right, same thing. If we say, for example, 6x squared and let's say 4x squared and let's say minus 3x minus 11x plus 5. All right, so what we have here is collecting like terms. What are the like terms over here? So if we have 6x squared, another like term is 4x squared. So 6 plus 4, that will be equal to 10x squared. Then we have negative 3x and negative 11x. Negative 3, negative 11 is negative 14x. Finally, we have number plus 5. There is nothing like 5, which means that will be copied. And that's our final answer. So this is already in simplest form. Excellent. Now, if all of that is clear, so basically we need to know all of this so that we can start with applying the distributive property. Good. Let us start now. If we say, for example, 5, let's say 5 multiplied by 2x plus 4. Okay. The way this works is we consider that there is multiplication here, right? So we multiply 5 by 2x, and then we multiply 5 by 4. Good. So 5 multiplied by 2x will be, as we learned already, 10x. Then we have plus 5 multiplied by 4 is equal to 20. Now that is our final answer, because 10x and 20 are not like terms. They cannot be added, right? So if we have, let's say, 6a multiplied by a plus 2, let's say. Again, 6a multiplied by a. Remember, number by number, variable by variable. So this will be 6, and then a times a is a squared. And then we have 6a multiplied by 2. The sign is positive because of this. 6 multiplied by 2 is 12, and then we copy a. That's it. We have the final answer. So 6a multiplied by a is 6a squared. 6a multiplied by 2 is 12a. This, what we see, guys, is what we call the distributive property. So if we want to write it as a formula, for example, a multiplied by x plus y, the only thing we do is a times x and then a times y. That would be the answer. All right. I hope that you took the notes, that you copied the most important things. If there is anything unclear, let me know in comments so that I can explain it. Also, please make sure that you check the description box, because I will share a PDF with lots of practice questions for you, with answers keys as well, so that you can practice, revise, and master this topic. Okay, let us move on. So if we say this time 5a multiplied by x plus 2a plus b minus 3, for example. Okay, we have many things to multiply now with. So 5a times x. Yeah, of course, this will be 5ax. The sign will be positive, right? 5a multiplied by 2a. 5 times 2 is 10. A by a squared. The sign will be positive, right? 5a multiplied by b. 5ab. Excellent. And we have one more. The sign will be negative. 5a multiplied by 3. It will be negative 15a. That is how we apply the distributive property. Okay, let's have now even more difficult maybe expressions. So if we say, for example, 5a multiplied by 3a minus 1 plus 4 multiplied by 5 minus a. Okay, if you want, you can pause the video, try to do it yourself, and then we can check the answers together. If not, follow me the way I solve it here. So 5a multiplied by 3a, 5 by 5, 15, a by a squared. Then we have 5a multiplied by minus 1. That will be only minus 5a. All right. Now we have positive 4 multiplied by 5. 4 times 5, 20. So positive 20. Finally, positive 4 multiplied by negative a. 4 times a is 4a. But it's negative 4a. Good. Guys, let us focus here and see, does our answer Do we have any like terms? 15a squared. Is there any other a squared? No. So we copy 15a squared. Then we have minus 5a. Do we have any term that is with a only? There is another one. Minus 5a minus 4a. It is minus 9a. Finally, we have positive 20. There are no like terms like 20. So we say that that is our final answer. So what we did here is we applied the distributive property to expand the brackets, and then we collect like terms if possible, of course. Let's have one more example. 3x squared in brackets x minus 5y minus x 5 minus 4y. All right. We made it even more difficult. So we start first. 3x multiplied by x. It will be 3, and then x squared times x will be x to the power of 3. Then we have 3x squared multiplied by minus 5y. Remember, positive number by negative will give us a negative, and then 3 times 5 will give us 15 x squared y. So one more time, 3x squared multiplied by 5 minus 5y. It will be minus 15 x squared y. Good. If that's clear, let us continue with the second part. In the second part, we have negative x multiplied by 5. That will be negative 5x. And finally, negative x multiplied by negative 4y. Negative by negative will be positive. X multiplied by 4y will be 4xy. Alright, good job guys. Now we have to check if we have any like terms over here. 3x cubed. Do we have any other 3x cubed? No. So 3x cubed remains the same. Minus 15x squared y. No other minus 15x squared y. It stays the same. Minus 5x. No other x. Only x. No. Minus 5x. Plus 4xy. Oh, this one also remains the same. So we basically could not simplify anything. And with that, we can say that was the distributive property. Let me give you two examples, two practice questions. Make sure that you give me the answers in the comments so that we can check if it's correct. And then you guys can talk to one another and see if you have same answers. So if we say 5 and then 3 minus x plus 4 and then we say x plus 2. Okay, try to complete this one. But also 2a multiplied by 3a minus b multiplied by a plus 2. Okay. Make sure that you pause the video, complete these two questions, and then in comments give me what you think the answers are. Check the description box. Go over the worksheets that I have prepared for you together with the answer keys. That's it in this video. See you in the next one, and then in the next video we will be talking about multiplying binomials, expanding brackets, multiplying brackets by brackets.